Thanks for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Coming up, young kids named in a bullying lawsuit. KPBS investigates an unusual case involving a parent running for state office. Military families priced out. Service members tell KPBS about the struggle to find affordable housing in San Diego. And bringing broadband to the masses. See the work happening to close the digital divide in rural parts of California. And we start with a protest movement that started halfway around the world. This week, it arrived on the streets of downtown San Diego. KPBS reporter John Carroll shows us the local support for women in Iran.
Women like freedom! Women like freedom!
In front of downtown San Diego's Hall of Justice, calls for justice. Whether in English or Persian or written on signs, the message is clear.
These people are fed up.
Safiya Rashdi says the Iranian people have had enough of the Islamic regime that took over in 1979. But for a movement to grow into a revolution, a spark, a precipitating event is necessary. And that happened last month when 22-year-old Mahsa Amini died under suspicious circumstances. The so-called morality police had arrested and charged her with not wearing her hijab correctly. They say she had a heart attack and died. But the protesters here and many more in Iran say she was beaten to death. Protests began almost immediately, mainly from women across Iran. Protests that come with demands, not just of the regime in Tehran, but of the Biden administration as well.
We want to stop, have an agreement or any contract with this regime regarding nuclear weapon or any other items. Down with dictator!
The protest here about words and deeds. Several young women following the lead of their counterparts in Iran, cutting their hair.
That was just to show my support for my women in Iran. Yeah, for the teenagers, the young souls that they've been killed just because of showing like some part of their hairs.
Safiya Rashdi says all of us can help the people of Iran in this moment of need.
They can send a letter to their representatives, send a letter to Congress, to Senate, and to Mr. Biden, the president, and be actual human rights advocate for us.
A movement that began a world away makes its way to the streets of downtown San Diego. A movement with a very simple demand, something a lot of us take for granted: freedom and democracy. From downtown, John Carroll, KPBS News.
We're now less than a month from the November 8th general election, and starting now, KPBS News has a lot more content to help get you informed. You can start by simply going to our website, kpbs.org, and clicking on the Voter Hub link on our homepage. We have all of our content on local and state races and ballot measures, and for the first time, we have a Spanish language version as well. KPBS will also have a live online special on election night. One of the names appearing on the ballot is getting attention for suing two 6-year-old boys. She claims they were bullying her son at school. KPBS investigative reporter Claire Tregesser looks into the unusual case.
When Christy Bruce Lane felt her 6-year-old son was being bullied at school, she took two aggressive and unusual steps. First, she filed a lawsuit seeking more than $48 million in damages. She sued the school, the head of the school, and the mothers of the 6-year-old boys she thought were bullying her son. Then she did something even more unusual, according to legal experts. She put the boys' full names in the lawsuit. That means the legal action will likely be in the public record for the rest of their lives.
It certainly is unusual to have schoolyard bullying result in a lawsuit. Disciplinary problems are usually handled at the school level, and that's why this is so extraordinary.
Bruce Lane's son attended the private and pricey San Diego French-American School in La Jolla beginning when he was 2 years old. In the complaint filed last April, Bruce Lane claims that when her son entered first grade, he was punched, pushed, and called stupid by two classmates. She says she filed complaints with the school and nothing happened. Then the school said her son was not welcome back the next year because she and her husband, quote, prevented a positive or constructive relationship and, quote, seriously interfered with the school's accomplishment of its educational purpose, according to court documents. Bruce Lane filed the lawsuit a month later. In court documents responding to the lawsuit, the school argued it, quote, repeatedly addressed complaints about the alleged bullying over a period of 10 months. The school's efforts included the formation of a behavioral response team, separating the involved children, exchanging numerous emails with the parents, meeting with the parents in person, and multiple offers to set up Zoom meetings, the documents state. The school's response goes on to say that Bruce Lane and her husband refused to cooperate with the school and became abusive and threatening to teachers and staff and demanded the school, quote, completely ignore their own son's misbehavior.
That is an extremely strange choice.
Attorney and former city council candidate Will Moore says regardless of whether the lawsuit is successful, it's probably bad politics.
That is an interesting political choice.
Bruce Lane is a Republican running on an anti-tax, anti-government platform against Democrat Brian Mainshine. Neither Bruce Lane nor her attorneys responded to multiple requests from KPBS for comment prior to the story being first aired and published. Douglas Jaffe, an attorney for one of the mothers being sued, says Bruce Lane and her husband never attempted to contact his client before filing the lawsuit.
There was never any approach by Miss Bruce Lane to come to Miss Saab, parent to parent, indicating any problem.
More shocking, Jaffe says, is the decision to include the boys' full names.
It puts unsupported, in our opinion, allegations out there against a minor with that minor's name that shouldn't be there.
The school has filed for a summary judgment to dismiss the lawsuit, and a hearing on that is set for April 2023. If the suit goes forward, a trial is scheduled for June 2023. Claire Tregesser, KPBS News.
Fentanyl is finding its way into our schools with such regularity. The steps are being taken to educate kids about its danger. As Jacob Ayer reports, in many cases, kids don't realize they're using the drug until it's too late.
12 children under the age of 18 died from a fentanyl overdose in San Diego County last year. That's more than twice the number in 2020.
When we're looking at our youth, it is primarily accidental.
Jim Crittenden is a drug and alcohol prevention coordinator at the San Diego County Office of Education. He says the biggest risk are counterfeit pills, drugs that kids might think are one thing, but actually contain fentanyl.
They could be self-medicating. They may think they're getting an oxycodone or a Xanax or even Adderall, and it's going to contain fentanyl.
He says even very small doses of fentanyl can kill. Since 2009, California's education code has not mandated drug prevention curriculum in schools, but now fentanyl education could be on the way to campuses across San Diego County. On Tuesday, the Board of Supervisors unanimously approved a proposal to work with school officials and the state legislature to require fentanyl awareness education in the classroom.
We know that prevention works and that kids are really smart. They just need the tools, they need the education, they need the evidence-based training.
The board's action will increase Narcan distributions and trainings across the county for both parents and student first responders. It'll also allow the county to explore opportunities for additional funding to support on-campus drug and alcohol awareness programs.
It is a crisis, and we should never lose students in this way. And so we've got a lot of work to do to help keep our students safe. And that means also educating students and their families on how to be safe. And awareness is a great thing.
Data from the CDC shows that accidental deaths caused by fentanyl is now the #1 killer of people between the ages of 18 and 45. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
A move to essentially close the binational meeting point known as Friendship Park might be on hold. Border reporter Gustavo Solis has an update on a plan that's getting plenty of pushback.
So our fear is that this proposal, the construction of 30-foot walls, would effectively render Friendship Park closed to the public.
That's John Fanistil with Friends of Friendship Park. On Wednesday morning, he stood in front of CBP headquarters in Chula Vista with letters signed by hundreds of people opposed to the wall. The agency's stated reason behind building the wall is public safety, but Fanistil is quick to point out that none of the volunteers who work at Friendship Park have ever been injured. And increasing the wall's height from 17 feet to 30 has led to a spike in serious injuries to migrants who've tried to climb it.
That's the official rationale for this project, public health and safety. Sadly, if 30-foot walls are imposed, there will be greater threats to health and safety.
Friendship Park is the only place along the 2,000-mile U.S.-Mexico border where people from either side can see each other without actually crossing the border. This is the only way some cross-border families can see each other in person. Activist Mona Kushensi says that building the 30-foot wall would destroy that special dynamic.
This is not the time to build 30-foot walls. This is the time to reimagine Friendship Park as a true place of binational friendship and binational celebration.
Friendship Park has been closed to the public since early 2020. CBP is expected to have a final decision on the park's future by the end of this year. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
San Diego is known as a military town, but it's becoming harder for service members to actually live in the city. Some help on housing costs is on the way, and Kitty Alvarado talked with one military family that stands to benefit.
Devin Hicks retired from the Navy after serving for over 2 decades. He works in San Diego, where his wife still serves our country. They used to live in Murrieta with their large family. His commute is over an hour, and they looked at moving closer to work.
We looked at maybe possibly moving down here to San Diego so the commute isn't long, but you typically can't get, a house for 6-bedroom, 5-bedroom house out here under $1 million probably, so just can't afford it.
So they bought in Menifee, even further north. And that's what many military families stationed in San Diego have to do to find affordable housing, move farther away. When it comes down to it, Hicks says it's the military's basic housing allowance that has the ultimate say. And right now, that won't even cover the mortgage in Riverside County.
With the stipend that we're getting, it's helpful, but it still doesn't cover what my mortgage is. So, that's where you use your paycheck, or you get a side job, or you drive Uber or Lyft, or you do something.
The Department of Defense identified 28 housing areas, including San Diego, where housing costs went up 20%. Now they're giving military members in those areas an increase in the Basic Housing Allowance, or BAH. The increase starts this month and runs through the end of the year. Then a new rate takes effect on January 1st.
It's always been tough for veterans because in California, this period, of course, everything's more expensive.
That's Michael Drew, a Navy veteran turned real estate agent. He specializes in helping military families find homes in the San Diego region. He explained the Department of Defense does this analysis every year, but this year it came 3 months early. And that's a good decision, he says, because this year the cost of food and gas and just about everything went up.
This was desperately needed, because if we look at it, just over the last year, we looked at 15%, 20% increases in prices.
As housing prices skyrocketed, the Hicks family story became common among military families.
The South Bay has been booming. Otay Mesa, all around that area out there, that's where we see a lot of military families opting to live because the prices aren't as bad as North County. And we also still see where they can get a little bit more room, a little bit more bang for the buck. If they really want bang for the buck, they go up to Temecula, Riverside. You're looking at a 2-hour commute, two and a half to 3 hour commute sometimes. Both, we're going and coming back home. So that's the downside of it.
But he says the military thought of something to help out with that too.
They do have a rideshare program where it kind of offsets to where the military members don't have to deal with so much wear and tear on their cars, and so much, especially with gas being outrageous right now, almost $7 a gallon.
Devin Hicks says his family is not without struggle, but he feels blessed.
We have a family that's pretty senior. We get a lot more pay, But I have a niece that's a very, very junior sailor who has a kid and has a studio apartment because that's all she can afford.
Still, he says, he hurts for those just starting out in the military, knowing from experience what they're about to go through.
For those junior sailors or Marines or service members that are here, it's going to be a battle.
And that's the picture Drew wants to paint for officials who make policy decisions that affect military families every single day.
We want our sailors and our service members to be able to focus on protecting our country, not worrying about their families and housing. Is my family freaking homeless? Or, no, that distracts from our mission.
Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
It's been a long time since we've seen a sports weekend like this in San Diego. Friday night, the Padres are hosting their first playoff game in front of fans in 16 years. They'll also play Saturday against the Dodgers in a best-of-5 series. Game 5, if necessary, will be Sunday in L.A. Wave FC is also in the playoffs. The women's soccer club, led by Team USA star Alex Morgan, will host the Chicago Red Stars. First kick is scheduled for 7 at Snapdragon Stadium, and if they win, they'll take on the Portland Thorns the following week. And fans of both teams will likely be streaming the games on their TV or smartphone, and some of the technology that makes it possible will be more accessible in the years ahead. KPBS SciTech reporter Thomas Fudge is showing us how the project is getting started in Poway.
And here we are, October 2022, and we are installing our first fiber.
The fiber that State Technology Department Director Leanna Bailey Crimmins spoke about was being threaded into the ground at the foot of Iron Mountain in Poway. A lot of the work of burying the fiber cables and running it throughout California falls to Caltrans.
We're holding a strand of the broadband fiber that went into the ground just now. We just placed 500 feet, the first 500 feet of a 10,000-mile broadband middle mile network, and today we just made history here.
Those thousands of miles of connectivity will arrive in rural and urban areas of California, where officials say 1 out of 5 people do not have broadband access. That means they are not able to access resources that involve health care and education. California Transportation Secretary Taxomi Shakan has a list of things that begin with E that people are forced to find on the internet.
But there are some E's that we like to talk about all the time that make this sort of drive this home to what it's going to do for people from an economic standpoint, from an equity standpoint, from an employment standpoint, from even emergency and even health care standpoint. This is going to mean access.
The fiber optic cables will lie just 18 inches below the ground. The cable is being called the middle mile of the internet broadband system. The last mile is the connection from the cable to homes and businesses.
So what we are building here today is a middle mile network, which is a backbone in order for last mile providers such as AT&T and others to connect and provide that connectivity that's so vital for individuals.
Teresa Valenzuela is with the San Diego Futures Foundation, which provides computers to low-income people. She says closing the digital divide also requires connectivity, which many San Diegans lack.
There's so many senior citizens, disabled, students, mothers, refugees. Why do they not have it? Most of the time it's because they can't afford it.
Bailey Crimmins said in order for internet providers to be part of the state broadband network, they must provide affordable internet services. The total cost of the network is $3.8 billion. A lot of the money comes from the federal American Rescue Plan Act, aimed at bolstering the economy during the pandemic. As a mandate to federal funding, the network must be completed by 2026. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
And here are some of the most read stories by our online audience this week at kpbs.org. Patrick Henry High School in Del Cerro is dealing with an outbreak of flu-like symptoms that caused hundreds of kids to call out sick. The promise of lithium to power everything from electric cars to smartphones is sparking a modern gold rush in Imperial Valley. And is San Diego really just the 8th best taco city in America? I think not. KPBS Midday Edition talks about the new book, Taco USA. San Diego also loves movies, and that's apparent this month with 4 overlapping film festivals. KPBS cinema junkie Beth Accomando tells us about 2 that are underway this weekend.
This week, there's an embarrassment of cinematic riches as 2 film festivals open back-to-back. The Italian Film Festival launches its 16th year, but without its passionate founder, Victor LaRuccia, who died in March. Artistic director Antonio Iannota says there's sadness, but also joy at the legacy LaRuccia leaves behind.
For Victor, the festival was a piazza, a place where people could gather, talk to each other, argue about topics that are important to each other, and find something new in a movie.
LaRuccia did pick the theme for this year's festival, choice.
So to choose means to potentially put ourselves in danger, but that danger makes us what we are.
In the opening night film, The King of Laughter, it's an actor who makes choices.
Buonasera a tutti! It's an historic movie, but it's a movie about art and politics, and also very informative about a particular period in Italian and Neapolitan cultures.
That's important to the festival, which emphasizes that it's not just about Italian films, but about an Italian perspective. The Land of Suns considers how the written word links us to our humanity.
This is a post-apocalyptic science fiction movie, something very rare in Italian cinema, but something very powerful, based on an Italian graphic novel that tells a powerful story about a son that loses his father and everything, is alone and needs to fight for his survival.
But the film that sums up the festival best and embodies LaRuccia's idea of a piazza is the enchanting short Cinemare, which looks to the people who to this day travel with projectors and screens to show movies in rural Italy. Creating a sense of community around film is also at the heart of the San Diego Filipino Film Festival, founded by Emma Francisco and Benito Batista.
So because we are Filipino filmmakers, half of our experience and our culture is hospitality. That's what we do. We welcome strangers into our house, you know?
And that house happens to be a cinema showcasing films from around the globe and across the U.S. that highlight the Filipino experience. The festival showcases diversity as it takes us from a singer in Las Vegas in Serenade, one of the opening night shorts, to a domestic worker in Hong Kong for the closing night film We Don't Dance for Nothing.
There were so many of us. For just a few hours every week, we were free.
But my personal favorite is Martika Ramirez Escobar's wildly inventive Leonor Will Never Die, in which a woman gets hit on the head by a TV, goes into a coma, and imagines she's entered a Philippine action film from the 1970s.
What we love about the film is the idea of a woman Filipina filmmaker, you know, having an auteur handle about concepts and stories that are not your usual take on things. And this is coming from a young perspective and design.
The festival not only highlights new films, but also pays homage to the past. This year, there's a retrospective screening of the late Marilu Diaz-Abaya's Carnal from 1983.
I want the audience to be curious about her work. Her husband was the cinematographer, and her husband said, "Why don't you direct the film?" And nervous and challenged, she did, and she did very well.
Veteran as well as student filmmakers will be highlighted at both the San Diego Filipino and Italian film festivals that kick off this week. But you may want to clone yourself because it's all happening at the same time. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
And we wrap up with a recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day observed this week. It's been a national holiday since last year, replacing Columbus Day in most of the U.S. MG Perez shows us the added significance in San Diego, which is home to 17 tribal communities.
You can hear the pride of Indigenous peoples, and you can feel their power. These are members of the Intertribal Star Dance Group, representing the Kumeyaay and other tribes across San Diego County. In this case, STAR stands for strong, traditional, and resilient, all characteristics of ancestors they say were demoralized and degraded by European invaders, including Christopher Columbus.
And he said he discovered America when there was already people here. You know, our tribes were here, and we had our societies, we had, our own way of living.
The audience for this holiday commemoration are students at Canyon Hills High School in Tierra Santa. Along with being entertained, they are also being educated by some Native American students their own age. 16-year-old James Arnold is a junior from Ramona High School. He has a heritage with the Navajo, Pueblo, and Lakota tribes. He proudly has been a grass dancer since he was 10.
Back in the old days, what we would do is they'd send out grass dancers like before ceremonies and before powwows, and the grass would be like really long. It'd be like this tall plains grass, and so they'd send out grass dancers to go and stomp all the grass down, and so that's what I do.
Ayland Arnold is 14 years old and here to stomp out stereotypes.
We're not just like headbands and like feathers on the top of our heads. Like, we're so much more than that.
For 45 years, this was Junipero Serra High School, named after a Spanish priest who led the forced conversion to Catholicism of indigenous people during colonization. Just last fall, the name was changed to Canyon Hills after a successful campaign by students who demanded it. Erica Renfrey is the school principal who led the way through controversy and ultimately community agreement on the name change.
The tribal communities are a rich part of our culture, and we want to continue that and allow that voice to be heard.
Today, that voice was just a little bit louder. MG Perez, KPBS News.
And of course, that story and all of our content is available on the KPBS YouTube page. And that's where we also live stream episodes of KPBS Evening Edition, weeknights at 5. And we hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for joining us.